Hey guys, what's going on? It's ObezGaming back again with another video. And this week we're going to be looking at the new attacking meta on FIFA 21. Following on from last week's video, I'm going to run through my custom tactics that I have in my attacking players and how I picked up Elite 2 this weekend. Before we jump into my tactics, can I just say a massive thank you for all the support on this week's video. It went way over and above anything I expected, and we also absolutely smashed my goal of 50 subs for the new year. So thanks guys, and I guess the next target is 100. So as always, all likes and subs massively appreciated, and fingers crossed we can hit that soon. Okay, let's jump right into it. This is the team I've been using this weekend, and let's get right into my custom tactics. So we're going to focus purely on attacking tactics today. If you do want to see my defensive tactics, that was in last week's video, and I will link that above and in the description as well, so check that out. The attacking style I use is fast build-up. I've experimented with all of them, and I find this suits my style of play the best. It has a lot of quick passing and helps for on the break play. You can use long ball if you want to try and get your strikers in behind more, but I feel like using fast build-up offers them a lot more support in the long run. I use 7 width and 7 players in the box. So with the width, this sort of formation in these tactics is very focused on playing down the middle and incorporating the left forward and the right forward to get in behind through the middle of the goal. So we don't want to drag our players out too wide. The main width in this setup comes from the fullbacks. And with regards to the players in the box, I don't want to get overcompensated going forward and be caught on the break too much. The formation I use in-game is 4-3-2-1. I've always liked this formation. It's one I've gone to on a lot of the previous FIFAs because I don't like my left foot and right foot being too far wide. I like them to offer the striker some support. As you can see in last week's video, it also offers a lot of balance to the team in terms of what you can do with the midfield trio. Now jumping into the important stuff, the player instructions, and beginning with the striker. I have my striker on stay central, mix attacking runs, and stay forward. Stay central because he is sort of the anchor point for the attack. I don't want him drifting off. I want to always have that out ball. The mixed attacking runs, sort of similar really. I don't have him on getting behind because I need him to be able to come receive the ball and spin it left and right to the wingers. And stay forward because I don't want my striker tracking back too much. I always want that out ball to be available. Now the left and right forward, this is the most important part of this video. These are the tactics that really help my formation work. So I have both the left and right forward on stay central, and what this effectively creates is a formation that has 3 strikers. It's not like a striker and 2 wingers. They stay central, they get in behind with the striker, and there's always that ball to cut through the defence, and they're through on goal rather than being out wide stuck, not able to affect the game as much. It creates a lot of really dangerous scenarios and always gives you an option on the ball. Following on from that, having those 2 left forwards and right forwards on stay central and come back on defence creates a really fluid system in which the 2 outside centre mids can chop and change with them, and there's a lot of interplay between the forwards and the centre mids bombing up and down. Pogba and Balassi got a lot of goals for me this weekend by sort of overtaking Rashford and Moura, getting into those areas of the space created and finding the net. Both centre mids are on completely default settings other than on cover centre because I like to keep them through the centre of the pitch. I don't want them covering the fullbacks. And finally, the centre mid is paramount to my defensive tactics, so as I said, if you want to check out that video and see why drop back between defenders is so elite, then please do. Okay, so let's jump into some gameplay and you can see these tactics in action. So, throughout these clips, the most important thing to focus on is the movement of Rashford, Suka and Lucas Moura, particularly the 2 outside players. The amount of times they run centrally dragging the defenders in to create space for others or themselves leads to pretty much every goal I score. The amount of times that they get in between the fullback and the centre-back causes so many problems for the opposition, and I seem to create a lot more chances through this sort of method rather than having them on set stay wide or even balanced. Using this method really does feel as though you're playing with 3 strikers rather than a striker and 2 wingers, as I said, and it means that the man on the ball always has an option. I find a lot of the 4-3-3 formations quite isolating for the striker, the same with 4-2-3-1, in that often you feel like he's got no support with him. But as you can see across all of these clips of goals I've scored, there's always an option on the ball. More often than not, both Lucas Moura and Marcus Rashford are both within the 18-yard box. Having both of those making those diagonal inward runs creates so much space for both the centre mid and my striker Suka to maybe overlap them on the outside, as the fullbacks marking the left forward and right forward have no choice but to follow them inwards. In this particular example, Rashford is literally on the penalty spot as central as he could be, and that's quite unusual for a left forward. These tactics and player instructions is absolutely fantastic at pulling defences left, right and centre. You absolutely do not want your fullback crossing over with your centre back and getting all kinds of muddled up and all over the place, but this formation forces them to do that. Even if the chance doesn't come from it by the time you've received the second ball, the defence in front of you is so mangled that it's quite easy to pick passes through it. And as I previously said, and you'll see in these next clips, the amount of space it created for Balassi and Pogba to get forward because the fullbacks are so busy tracking the wingers and the strikers taking the two centre-backs. There's so many opportunities you can get by just driving at the defence with the midfield players because they just back off, and then you're through on goal. So it's good to have some players in centre mid that can go through and score. You like your Balassis and your Pogbas with decent shooting stats because the chances will present themselves. Another keynote worth mentioning about personnel is it's quite good to have a striker with strong passing stats as your number 9, because this formation sort of uses him as a false 9 as such, because he is quite often the one in the pass out to either the left or right forward and becomes more of an assist man than a goal scorer. Most of the goals since I've been playing this have come from the two wide players. These attacking tactics, along with the defensive ones that I showed off last week, helped me to achieve Elite 2 this weekend, and in all honesty the 5 games I lost, 2 or 3 of them I just rage quit at 2-0 because I was having quite a busy weekend, so we could have gone even further I think. And that brings me to the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope this can help you pick up some more wins across the weekend. If you did enjoy, please consider leaving a like and subbing to the channel, as it would help me massively. Thanks guys.